Yo, what is up, guys? We're back here for NHL 25 Fantasy Draft number 5 in Goalies We Trust. 2 drafts ago, we took all forwards first before we touched any D or goalies. Last draft, we took all 6 defensemen before we took any forwards or any goalies. This draft, we're taking both our goalies before we pick a defenseman or a forward. With that being said, let's hop into it. Alright, guys, we have Mr. GM Tender here today. We'll hop in, we'll randomize, we'll see what team we get. I'll close my eyes. It's going to be the Detroit Red Wings. Okay. And again, it doesn't really matter too much because we're just going to be randomizing the whole thing. We'll get owner mode off, CPU off, player morale off, fantasy draft on, salary cap off, head coach edit lines off. So the only thing that's on is fantasy draft. I do it this way so it's the most fair. I've seen other people on here do fantasy drafts. They'll keep cap on and then they won't even follow it. Just gives you a major advantage over the AI. Right, I'll get injuries turned off and then we'll start. Right, for this one, I'm going to guess we're going to get pick number 1. This draft is like one of the only drafts you definitely do not want number 1. So I have a feeling we're going to get it. Let's see. We get pick number 27, my unlucky number. So, I mean, that's probably a pretty good pick when we're going to be starting out with goalies. We're going to have pretty close picks back to back here, but, I mean, it is what it is. So, our first pick, again, we'll just go straight to goalies, take the best available. We're taking Vasilevsky. We're probably going to get Demko or Ottinger with our next pick as well. We'll just get it out of the way quick. Again, there's not much thought that has to go behind it. Do we want Demko or do we want Ottinger? 6'4", 6'6". Let's take Jake Ottinger. Okay, now things start to open up. We can kind of just take whoever we want at this point. Definitely gonna want to try and get some good forwards here off the jump. I'm just looking at these players. Again, we have 2 picks close back to back. We're probably best going with someone like a Pellick or a Pesci, just even a Dougie Hamilton. Yeah, we'll go Dougie Hamilton just to make sure we get a good player. I think most of those guys should still be there with the next pick. And they are. Marchand's been simming well. We keep taking him, though. I mean, most of these guys at the top we keep taking. I mean, I feel like we have to take at least one of these 89 overall guys. Let's take Kopitar for our first line. With our next pick, again, I'm really trying not to be drafting the same players over and over again, so let's take Tarasenko. Ideally now we want to get a left winger. If one of those, I mean, Ovi's still there, Malkin's still there, we'd be stupid not to take Ovi at this point. Let's take him. So we have our first line of forwards. We do need another defenseman. Spurgeon's there, Tang, Brent Burns. Again, these are all guys that we just seem to be taking every single draft, and I don't want to do it. It gets boring real quick. Let's take Tyler Seguin. We haven't taken him yet, I don't think. Okay, for our next pick here, again, I'm trying to go off the board. I'm trying not to be just boring and take the same people. We'll take Parayko, however you say it. Okay, so we have our first pairing defense. We have a first line. Let's just keep working on that second line. Ooh, let's take... Who do we think goes first between Hall and Eberle? Probably Eberle. I can't remember if this is quick picks. If it is, we'll get the other guy there. Yeah, there we go. We'll take Taylor Hall. Kind of reunite them like they were back in Edmonton. Maybe we can finally get them that cup they absolutely could not get in Edmonton. Alright, for this pick, we probably want to get another defenseman, maybe. I mean, all these 3 guys, we've taken them a bunch. I mean, Tyler Myers for our second pairing is a little rough. I mean, he is big. Let's just take him. I will, before I take another defenseman, have a look and just see what our lefty-righty split is right now, because I feel like a lot of times I end up just taking a bunch of one side, and then it just screws up the chemistry. Let's take Michael Bunting. Don't think of taking him yet either. maybe later on in the year, that's something I'll have a look at, and maybe we'll try and do a a draft where I take all players I haven't taken yet. It's going to take a lot of work to figure it out, but, I mean, it is what it is. I'm honestly thinking at this point that maybe we take one of these really young guys. I usually like to do it later. But, again, it's just, it's the same thing as always. It's going to be the same young guys that are left there. Like, Zane Parekh and Catton are going to be gone probably soon. Let's take Parekh. We'll put him on D. Again, could just be a huge mistake, but I like to change things up. I mean, no one's going to watch things if it's just the same thing over and over and over and over again. Let's take Schwartz. We don't need another left winger. Let's take Andrew Kopp. Again, another guy we for sure haven't taken yet. I've actually seen some things that say Andrew Kopp might be one of the worst contracts in the league right now, too, so it's a good thing salary cap's off. Right now, we probably need to try and find a right winger, but that looks to be all defense here now. Riley Smith could work. Again, this team, I'm kind of going off the board with every single pick. I don't know what to expect at all. Nino Niederreiter is not a bad shout for the fourth line. Let's not even overthink it. We'll just take him. And I just realized I took Parekh as a defenseman, and I didn't go look and see what handedness or what side we needed. So let's just go check defenseman right now just to see where we're at. And I'd rather have a better third pairing defense than a really good fourth line. I'm still getting used to these menus. So right now we have Hamilton's a right D, Parayko's a right D, Myers is a right D. Parekh can play left. Okay, so right now we just want to take all left D. I wish I had a piece of paper to write that down because I always forget. Let's go back all skaters. Sort by overall. Not taking good bug. Let's take Dubois. Yeah, he's a guy that I have taken at least once, but he's probably not going to be a high pick in anyone's draft here. Do I just go full shutdown fourth line and just fill it out with Shen and just hope things work out here? I think I can because, again, most of the defensemen we're going to want are going to be probably pretty low overall. Sort by defense. And, again, left defense. Is Jan Ruda left? Right/left. I mean, if we have to take him, we will. Kind of right. Alec Martinez is. Ian Cole is. Murphy. Why does it seem like every team needs a right defenseman? Or maybe I guess it's right-handed defenseman. But again, it seems like every team needs one. And they look like they're a dime a dozen here. Let's take Edmondson. And for our last pick of the draft, again, it'll be another defenseman. I will double check just to see if there's any young guys that are worth. And we just have a complete young guns last line there. Probably won't be the case. I mean, Lambos did play really well for us that last time. Is he a left? You know what? Lassie Thompson, I don't want to. Let's just take Lambos. Again, might be a huge mistake. We're going to have a super young third pairing defense. But again, I don't know. Like, when I took Lambos last time, he was like a plus 22. He played fantastic for us. Again, not a lot of points, but it's not what you expect. So we'll sim the rest of the draft here. We'll have a note. Make sure they don't take any... Try and insert anyone there. Looks like we should be good. No one sticks out that should be put there. But again, Vasilevsky and Ottinger, that's our two all-stars. The only issue is it's goalies. Only one of them can play per game. So if your two best players are both goalies, it doesn't help you a whole lot. So I'll sim into the regular season. Oh, I almost forgot. We're gonna get in. We're gonna sim one day. We're gonna see what the coach thinks of this team. Again. Every team so far, the coach has said either Stanley Cup aspirations or make playoffs. Let's see if this one can keep that tradition going. All right, here we go. We'll sim one day. Tristan Sexton. Great coach name. Hello, GM Tender. This season we have a great opportunity to focus on winning and run this team the way we want. Let's establish our goals and strive for success in every game. What are your thoughts on this season? Looking at this roster on paper, this team is good enough to compete for the cup. That is my goal for this season. So he thinks this is going to be a better team than our team that we picked all defense first, which in my mind, looking at this team, I do not believe. So we'll just agree with him. We'll cheese it a little bit again. We're not going to worry about most of these things. Discipline. Don't care about discipline. Let's go. I think our team should be decently disciplined. I mean, we have PLD. I don't think we took Wilson, thank God. We're not going to do any trades. Okay, we'll sim up to the regular season. We'll do the lines. See you in a bit. All right, we're here. We're up to the regular season. I mean, it says we are, but I don't see any games on the schedule. Guess we have our week off right at the start. So let's edit lines. Hopefully they don't have anyone in there that shouldn't be there. Okay, first line, Ovi, Kopitar, Tarasenko. That's what we wanted. Hall, Sagan, Eberle. I kind of like that line. We have the first round pick, the second round pick from the Tyler Taylor draft. Bunting, Kopp, and Niederreiter. Do we want to move him down? Let's have a look at this line, see what we have. Two-way, two-way, two-way. Power forward, two-way, sniper. Okay, chemistry's a little bit worse. Let's just leave it for now. Even Dubois down there is a little tough. Maybe can we do this? It stays the same. You know what? Let's just leave it what they have for now. Check the defense. This is definitely not what we want. Hamilton has to be on the first line. Are they all right? Okay, Tyler Myers, we're moving you up. Parekh down. Left D, right D. Okay, so I might have made some mistakes picking this D, but here's our bright spot. Vasilevsky, Ottinger, gold X Factor, fully loaded silver X Factors for both. I mean, a 92 and a 90, there's absolutely no one that's going to have as good a goaltending for us, because why would you want to have goaltending this good? Okay, that's the lines. Let's sim up to the deadline. All right, just looking through quickly, it's our worst team yet. That doesn't mean they're bad. We're not in the President's Trophy spot, or not in like second place in the league, but here we are. 35, 24, and 3. I can't be upset with this team. We've gotten so many trade offers for both of our bottom pairing defensemen, Parekh and Lambeau. So I don't know if that means they're doing really well, or if that means they're doing really bad and people want to give us a good defenseman to make us better, and they're willing to be in a bit of a rebuild. But either way, we'll have a look at our lines, see how our players are doing, and then we'll get into the deadline. Let's have a look at... oh, God, now I'm back out of here. Let's have a look at the team stats. So leading the way for us is Ovi with 62 points. So we have Ovi 62 points, 62 point per game. Next closest is Kopitar with 56. Then Hamilton actually is up there with 54. He might be in the running for the Norris right now. I'm sure McCarr or Hughes are probably over point per game and craziness, but you never know. The only thing I want to check is our rookies. So Lambos is only 8 points, minus 10, and Parekh is 10 points, minus 6. So again, all things considered, that's pretty good. Let's have a look at our goalies, then we'll have a look at the entire league. Goalies, Vasilevsky is playing a lot more games, and rightfully so. Vasilevsky, 48 games, 29 wins, 15 losses, 3 overtime losses, 5 shutouts, a 9.14, a 2.68. But then Jake Ottinger, 16 games, only 6 wins, 9 losses, no OT losses, no shutouts, an 8.91 and a 3.62. If we were going to be actually making trades here and we're open to that, I would be trading him for a boatload right now, because he is doing awful. Okay, let's have a look at the entire league. So leading the way for goalies, not by games played, we want to go wins. Leading the way for goalies is UC Saros. 48 games, 32 wins, 14 losses, 1 overtime. Okay, let's sort by starters. Get up to, let's even just do 30 games played. Let's do 40. So leading the way in save percentage for starters is Vasilevsky for us. And then for goals against average, it is also Vasilevsky. So we made a good choice picking him as our first goalie. If he can hold on to this, he should be able to win the Vezina. Even the 5 shutouts is pretty good. Bob is also doing well, which we could have taken with our second pick. Maybe we should have. But again, we didn't. So we'll go to all skaters, see who's leading the league. Sebastian Aho with 95 points. He must be playing with someone else that's really good, because that's crazy. I've never seen him get that high ever. I've hardly ever seen him get that high in a full season, let alone just at the deadline. McDavid, what team was Aho on? The Avs? I feel like he must have someone else really good with him. Just keep going. I don't see any other Avalanches here. Sam Reinhart's the next highest. I mean, again, he is pretty high. So now let's have a look at defensemen. See if Dougie Hamilton's actually close. He's 5th, which is pretty good. I'm not going to complain about that. And again, I forgot to have a look at the top leading goal scorer. Leading goals, I'm going to guess it's probably going to be Kaprizov there. And it's not, it's Pasternak, 51. Okay, let's go have a look at league standings and see where we're lining up right now. Entire league, are we on the first page? We are. We're 8th in the league, which again is good. We're right in the middle of the pack. It's not like we're just barely making it into the playoffs right now. Nashville's in first, 87 points. We are quite a bit behind, but it's nothing that you can't change. But again, I don't think this team's going to get anywhere near the President's Trophy. So let's sim up to the end of the season, and hopefully we make playoffs. I did it again. I forgot to look at it. If we were here, we'd be a buyer. Let's enter a trade deadline, see who the top 10 is, and then get out before we get offered any trades. So again, Ottinger is the first one on the block. So again, it would make sense for us to be trading him. Ottinger, Theodore, Anderson, Ekblad, Shea. Shea is there a lot, almost every one we've had so far. Kreider, Spurgeon, Eriksson, Nick Schmaltz, William Karlsson. So let's go back to Ottinger just for a second. Let's see if we had any trades that are even possible. I mean, look at that. Buchnevich and Roy. And Jake Allen, I guess, but he'd be back up anyway. And then Eriksson and Stolarz and Peak. Like, we could upgrade our team quite a bit by making a trade for him. And again, we probably could get even better for that. But yeah, let's get out and let's sim to the end of the season. For real this time. All right, we're at the end of the season. I think we did pretty good. We are 47, 30, and 5. Ovi leads the way with 82 points. So let's have a look at our player stats first. So Ovi, Kopitar, and Hamilton, the top 3, they finished that way again. Who was on that top line? Was it Tarasenko that was the other guy there? It must have been based on his plus minus. So only 59 points for him playing with those other 2 guys that are 77 and 82 is a bit crazy. Goals, Ovi leads the way. We'll have a look at our goalies now. Hopefully Ottinger played a little bit better. Again, it doesn't matter once we get in the playoffs. I mean, again, in a previous draft, they did, for some reason, start our backup goalie in the playoffs, so you never know, I guess, but let's see their stats. So Vasilevsky, 65, 39, 25, and 7, and 915, and a 270. Great numbers. Wins are a little low for what I'd expect Vasilevsky, but, I mean, again, they're not bad. Ottinger only played 19 games, 8 wins, 10 losses, no OT losses, no shutouts, 8.94 and a 3.40. Again, like I said, if this was a kind of thing where we were going to be trading players, we definitely would have got rid of him. We'll go entire league. We'll sort for starters. We'll go minimum 50 games. Wins, we have UC Saros, Vasilevsky. Man, that name is going to... I've said it so many times, it's starting to trip me up. Vasilevsky is 3rd in wins, and about the same amount of games played, but less than Sorokin. Overtime losses, doesn't matter. Shutouts, Vasilevsky had 7, but Bobrovsky had 10. So let's sort by save percentage. Sorokin's first. Bob did pass us, and he's now 2nd. Vasilevsky is still 3rd. GAA, same thing. Sorokin, Bob, Vasilevsky. So again, looking at this, I'm going to pick that Bob wins the Vezina. He has less games played, only 2 less wins than Sorokin, and again, his save percentage is tied. His GAA is very close. Now let's switch to skaters. Let's see who led the way. And God, that keeps screwing me up. It is Sebastian Aho. He holds on 115 points. Matthews 112. Kaprizov 110. All, again, over 110 plus. And see if Dougie Hamilton was able to keep pace at all. He was. He stayed in fourth. I think he was either there or in fifth last time we checked. He's not going to win the Norris. It'll likely go to Bouchard. He has one of the best plus minuses. He has the most points. Dougie Hamilton, though, those goals could make a difference. 29 goals, that's a lot for a defenseman. There's no way anyone else is higher than him. No, Yossi's the next closest, and he's 9 away. So maybe Dougie Hamilton does have a case to win that Norris Trophy. So we'll get out. We'll get to the playoffs. First round, Buffalo Sabres. All right, we'll sim the first 4 like always. Hopefully we can come out up 3-0, not down 3-0. We win the first one 8-5. We lose the next 7-4, and then we lose the next one 3-2. Again, with our goaltending we have, I don't know why we're having such high-scoring games. I also don't know why the games are so high-scoring just in general. Like, I never changed any of the shot frequency or anything like that. But, again, okay, Game 4, we need to win this one. We don't want to go down in a bigger hole. And we lose. Okay, I'm actually going to check this just because it did happen to us last time. I'm going to make sure Vasilevsky is starting for us. If he's not, I'm going to change it and make sure that he is. I mean, actually, if he is playing for us, maybe I do want to change it and make it so that he isn't. But, yeah, let's have a look. So Vasilevsky he's playing awful. Let's make the change. Maybe we've just rested Ottinger the whole year. And that's the reason why we've kept him in the back pocket there. Let's edit the lines. This is either going to be the greatest coaching decision ever, the thing the Bruins were too afraid to do, to switch up their goalies and veer from what they did all season. Let's go with it. Jake Ottinger, you don't deserve it, but you're going to get the chance. Game 5, biggest game of Jake Ottinger's life. Let's slow sim it. See if we are going home real early. Times 8. Hands off. Let's see if we can do it. We get an early power play and we convert. Vladimir Tarasenko on, of course, Sorokin. We seem to every year we get put out of the playoffs, we're getting goalied. And there you go. William Nylander scores. Ovi gets one right back. Less than 30 seconds exactly later. Another power play goal. So special teams have been the story of this game so far. We have a power play goal, a shorthanded goal, and a power play goal. Every single goal has been scored when we have a power play. Again, what I always do, second period, we're just clicking the button. Let's see how we do. And it's tied up. Jack Eichel on their own power play. Times 8, third period. Let's see if special teams are going to be the whole story of this game. We get a power play and we don't convert. That's the one we needed right there. I mean, again, we didn't give up a shorty, so that's nice as well. Buffalo gets a power play. We convert right after their power play ends. I thought that was them scoring for sure, or I thought it was a shorty. We get another one. Carson Lambos. Love to see it. Jake Ottinger steps up for us. Let's see. He probably got a star of the game as well on top of it. And he does. First star of the game. Two goals against, 30 saves, 9.37. He's staying in net for us now. It's his net. It's his net to lose. If we lose, we're losing with him. Vasi's been replaced. Okay, sim up to the next one. Same thing. Elimination game. Let's slow sim it. We're not out until we're done. Let's see if we can do it. Times 8. We give them a power play. They can't convert. I don't even think they got a shot. Oh, my God. That's us. And we scored. I mixed up the teams. We score. Taylor Hall on Ilya Sorokin. Oh, my God. I'm a disaster here today. And we got another one. Vladimir Tarasenko. Maybe we finally... and another one. You don't need a rider. All lines are popping here. There we go. Love to see it. Ottinger, keep it locked down. Let's see. 5-2. Vasilevsky's actually back to net. I guess I should have turned auto-rotate goalies off. Maybe that's all he needed. That was the wake-up call. Let's slow sim it. Hopefully we can hang on. Up 5-2. We give them a power play. Ovi scores just as it expires. Let's keep going. We're out shooting them. We got to keep piling it on. We get another power play. We don't convert. They've passed us in shots now. Kind of a back and forth game here. A lot of shots. Just keeps going. A minute left. There it is. We win game 6? Yeah, we win game 6. We're going on game 7. Best 2 words in hockey. The Buffalo Sabres. This would be typical Buffalo Sabres if they finally made the playoffs after the longest drought in North America here, and then they get came back on after being up 3-1 in a series. Sim the game again. It's an elimination. Let's go. Same as the rest. ×8 first period. We need to get one early. We need to pile them on. There we go. We needed to get some shots. They get a power play early on. We score shorthanded. Braden Shen. Again, special teams have been the story of this playoff so far for us. Christian Dvorak gets one back. And Victor Arvidsson gets another one. Vasilevsky, do not make me regret leaving you in. Tarasenko scores. We're tied up at 2. Shots are pretty well even here. Okay. Going in the second, 2-2. Hopefully we can hold on to that. And we're down by 1, 4-3 after the second. We are not shooting the puck. Sagan scored pretty early on for us. I think we had 14 shots at the end of the first, and now we only have, or we had 12 or something. We only have 16 now. They have 26. We need to come out. Huge period. We need to be better. Let's go. ×8. Let it play. We need to score one early. And we do the whole complete opposite. We get a power play. They score shorthanded. Oh my! They scored 2 shorthanded goals on the same power play, and they score again. You hate to see it. 5 minutes left. 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is. We go out in a burning car crash. 7-3 loss. Absolutely disgusting. Let's look at the 3 stars. Nylander, Dvorak, Eichel, no one on our team, not a Detroit Red Wing in sight. Buffalo goes on to the next round, and our playoffs are over. Our season is done. The existence in this world for this team is also over. Let's sim up to the end of the playoffs here, see who wins the cup. I picked the Ducks to win last time. They didn't. Let's pick the Rangers. They're the only sweeper of the first round. See you at the end of the playoffs. Playoffs are complete. The Tampa Bay Lightning are your Stanley Cup champions. They continue their dominance. And there we go. That's it. We'll have a look at the awards, see how Tampa Bay got their Stanley Cup, and yeah, that'll be it. Even without Vasilevsky, they still get it. We'll go straight to playoff tree first. Again, so Tampa Bay went through Philly, then went through Buffalo in 7, the team we couldn't beat. Then they went through the Rangers again in 7, and then they went through the Ducks in 7. I should have picked the Ducks again. I would have been the runner-up. So the Ducks go through Vegas, they go through Seattle, they go through the Blues before losing to Tampa Bay in the finals. Okay, player stats. Let's see who led the playoffs. For us, it was Tarasenko. It's pretty disappointing. Ovi still point per game, but again, you want to see better numbers than that. And then again, the story of the playoffs for us, it doesn't seem to matter what we do, who we pick. I mean, we get one of the best goalies in the game, and he puts up an 850 and a 501. Like, I think that's even worse than our goalies last time when we picked them with like our last pick in the entire draft. And this guy was the very first. Again, Ottinger, you hate to see it. 1 win, 1 loss, a 9.44 and a 1.69. I wish they had kept him in for more than just that one game that he won us, but I mean, here we are. Have a look, see who led the league for goalies, who got that delicious 16 wins, and it is Georgiev. I think we're gonna have to pick him next draft because I think he has won almost every single year we've done. Maybe not every single, but I mean, again, he's won more than once, and this is only the 5th draft of the season. Again, save percentage. Samsonov was not the worst. Vasilevsky is second. Again, Samsonov wasn't a starter. GAA, again, it's probably going to be the exact same story, and it is. Vasilevsky was the worst goalie of the playoffs. Oh, my God. Okay, let's go to all skaters. We have McDavid leading the way. 31 points, 26 games. He gets his Stanley Cup. Kucherov on the Blues puts in a hell of an effort. Jake Gensel on the Tampa Bay Lightning like he is now in real life, 24 and 26. Let's have a look at the awards. Again, pretty disappointing. Thought this team was actually going to do big things. So Stanley Cup, we know the Bolts. President's Trophy was the Predators. I think, again, we forgot to look at the whole standings. Whatever. We know those ones. Okay, let's go into individual. Sebastian Aho gets the Art. Matthews gets the Hart. Bouchard with the Norris, like we thought. Lady Bing also goes to Aho. Michkov gets the Calder. McDavid the Conn Smythe. Sorokin the Vezina. Bob the William M. Jennings. Sealer gets the Masterton. Jack Adams goes to the Seattle coach. Selke goes to Barkov. Ted Lindsay goes to Matthews. And the Rocket goes to Kyle Connor. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this one. I mean, it is what it is. We're at 5 in. We haven't won the Cup. We haven't come that close yet. We haven't missed the playoffs yet, though. The next one we put out, it's going to be a harder stipulation, I promise. Don't know what one I'm going to pick exactly yet, but it'll be a more difficult one. Our team shouldn't be as good. Maybe we'll finally miss the playoffs. That being said, like, subscribe if you're liking the content. Again, I'm trying to put out a video every second day. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.